Welcome back and welcome to our first art class together. I'm really looking forward to having some fun projects this year. We're going to be looking at various different artists, different art styles. We're going to be doing some really neat projects. So I want to just show you a few pictures so that you can get kind of an idea of what we're going to be doing. But first, I want to show you my family and tell you a little bit about my family. And then I want you to tell me a little bit about yours. So take a look at the screen. I'm going to share my screen now. Here I come, flying in on a star because I am so excited to get to fly in and see you guys today. And this is my family. I wanted to just take a minute to introduce my parents and my kids and my husband and my pets to you. So my mom and dad are college teachers, so I come from a family of teachers. And that's a picture of me with them up at the top. Then at the bottom left, you can see my family with my husband and my 4 kids. And as you can see, my kids are not little. They have grown up on me, and actually my boys are taller than I am. So from the left, you see Christina. She's 21. She is a student at KSU studying accounting. She'll be graduating very soon, this December. And then after that, it's my husband, Bill. Bill is a cost estimator for a construction company. That means he looks at the architectural drawings, and he can tell them how much it's going to cost to build that apartment complex. After Bill, there's Caitlin. Caitlin is my baby, but you can see she's not a baby. She's 17, and she is a junior at Walton High School. She's also a student at KSU, so she's what you call dual enrolled. That means she goes to college for 2 classes and she goes to high school for 3 of her classes. And she's just starting that this semester, and all her classes are online, just like yours. And after that is Austin. Austin is a computer guy. He loves computers. He has since he was a little boy, and now he's a computer engineer. Then beside Austin, there I am in the red, and then beside me, the tall guy, is Brendan. Brendan's 22, and he is studying to be an airplane mechanic. And he wants to work on airplanes. He loves machines, and he loves to figure out how they work and all the internal stuff in them. So he's just about finished with his studies of learning about how to be an airplane mechanic. Then beside Brendan, you see another picture there. That's my cat, DC. DC is very sweet, and he loves to purr a lot. He purrs really loud, and he meows. If you're not paying attention to him, he will really talk to you loudly. Maybe I can show you a video some other time of him meowing. Then next to DC, there is Hayden, and there is Cameron. So Hayden has the ball, and he has his mouth open. And Hayden and Cameron are brothers, and they're pappy poos. That means their dad is a papillon and their mom was a poodle. So they're very sweet dogs too, very fun. And actually, speaking of my dogs, I would love to show you a little short video of them. And here it is.
You ready? Okay.
They love to chase the ball. So this is them in the backyard at my house.
Go get it.
And I told them to go get the ball. You can see my fish in the pond, but they came back.
Go get it. Where is
What?
it? Go get it.
I told them to go look again because it's out there. So they went back to look again. There they go. Dogs have a really good sense of smell, so usually they can sniff it out even if they don't see it. So there I think they found it underneath the bush back there. And here they come around the back of the shed, and Cameron is the winner. Hayden is chasing after him. And I tell you what, if Cameron gets the ball, Hayden he's determined to get it away from him.
Who's got it?
And you'll see, oh, there they go. They're fighting for it.
Got it.
And this time Cameron looks like the winner, doesn't he? This is something that you're probably going to see in all of your classes, something like this, to just give some, an outline of what we expect during live sessions. So this is just for some things to remember while we're in live sessions on CTLS. So you can see that they're spotlighted, each one, and the first one is just to be on time. So you guys know that when it's time for specials, you want to just come right on over. And I understand if you need to run, get a glass of water, or go to the restroom, but if you can, try to be here like a minute or two early. I'll be here waiting for you. And you can log right in and just click on the Go Live green button. And when you come in, you just enter quietly, and I will start our lesson. So you want to find a quiet place and make sure that your device is charged. Use your headphones if you have them. Make sure your camera's on. And for art, make sure that you have your sketchbook. We'll talk more about your sketchbook in just a minute. You want to use the chat. If I have it on, sometimes I will, sometimes I won't, but you can always raise your hand if you have a question. Use the mute button if you're not talking. If it's not your turn to talk, you should always keep yourself muted so that it's not distracting to others if there's someone talking in the background at your house. Be sure to participate when I ask you to show your artwork or when I ask a question. I love it when you raise your hand or you participate and show me your beautiful works of art. Also, you want to speak clearly, sit up straight, and speak nice and loud so we can hear you and we don't have to ask you to repeat yourself. And you want to dress appropriately for the camera. Sit up straight while you're on camera and dress appropriately. You don't have to wear your school uniform during virtual learning, but you want to be appropriate. And last, and probably most importantly, is be respectful. And being respectful means that you're kind and considerate to not only me, but also your classmates. And you want to be patient with me and with them. And what we want to do during virtual learning is to encourage each other and to make people feel better, to lift them up. We don't want to tear anybody down in any way. We want everyone to feel valued and loved during virtual learning. So that's the basics of our virtual learning things to remember. We're going to be doing a lot of fun art projects this year. This year you will have an opportunity to do some word art like you see here on the top left. You'll have an opportunity to draw a portrait like you see in the middle. Collages will be really fun, and you've got some materials in your sketchbook, and we'll talk about that again in just a minute. To do your collages, you see them on the top right. And we'll also do a landscape drawing and a line drawing like you see down at the bottom. That's actually an op art line drawing that you see there. We're also going to be studying various artists and art styles. So like you see here are just a few examples of different art styles and various different artists from around the world. So starting at the top left, you see Cubism by Pablo Picasso, and this is his famous artwork called Three Musicians. And next to that, you see Impressionism by Claude Monet. And this is a famous artwork of his called Venice Twilight. And after that, you see pop art over on the right. It's the Heart Sunrise with Romero Britto's Sunny Day. And down at the bottom, you see op art. Op stands for optical illusion. And you can see that these zebras kind of look like they're coming up off the page. And that is Victor Vasarly's artwork. Victor Vasarely is from Hungary. Romero Brito is from Brazil. Claude Monet was from France, and Pablo Picasso was from Spain. So we're just traveling around the world with these artists, and we'll also look at some American artists and some others. So there's a lot to look forward to. Now, I was mentioning your art supplies earlier in your sketchbooks, and so I hope that all of you have had an opportunity to come to school and pick up your supply box. And your supply box is going to help you to be able to do your artwork, because you're going to have a sketchbook in there, a Smyrna Blue sketchbook with paper and construction paper. You're going to have lots of sketch pages and construction paper. You're going to have some art boards in there that's like a mat board that we'll use for one of our projects. And you'll also have some loose leaf paper and some cardstock. So all of those things will be important for us to use later on. And so that's something that you need to make sure you have handy each time we start art class. When you know you've got art on the schedule, you need to make sure you've got your sketchbook, and you want to have your supplies, including your pencil and eraser, your pencil sharpener, and something to add color. So some of you got in your art box some crayons, some of you might have gotten colored pencils or markers, but everyone got something to add color to their artwork. So you want to make sure you have that handy as well. And you might have some other things at home to add color, and you don't have to just use what was provided in your box. You can use some scissors or a Sharpie or some other things that you have at your house that will help you to add color and interest to your artwork. Assignment: decorate the cover of your sketchbook. So that's going to be what we do today. You get to have fun picking out something that makes you smile to put on the cover of your sketchbook. And I cannot wait to see all of the great ideas, because I know I've got a lot of really smart and creative kids in this class, so I can't wait to see what you come up with when you decorate the cover of your sketchbook. And here are just a few examples. You can see here on the left, here are some really neat and interesting different designs by different artists. This artist, this student decided to use Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night and Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse and some of Keith Haring's and Andy Warhol's artwork as well in his design. And he also wrote his name right in the middle in bubble letters. So I want you to include your name somewhere, but it doesn't have to be part of your design. It can be down in the corner. The student in the middle decided to write sketchbook in bubble letters and then put some of his favorite cartoon characters around it. And that one turned out really fun as well. The one on the right says, "I am an artist," and I love that as well. That one is really fun because this student decided to use their magazine to draw in bubble letters, "I am an artist," and then cut them out and glued them onto the front of his sketchbook and then put some designs around it. So those are a few really fun ideas. I want you to show your style and share some of your favorite things that really excite you or make you smile when you think about them. Here are a few more ideas. And you can see here on the left, this student couldn't decide what to do. She decided that instead of just one thing, that she was going to divide her paper into different sections with lines, and she made kind of a zigzag pattern and put different things in each section. She put some swirls at the top and then some flowers, and then she drew an eye, and then she put her initial in the next section and her favorite number 2 in the next section, and then a fun design at the bottom. So that's one way you could do your design on the cover of your sketchbook if you want to just try some different fun things. The one in the middle decided that her name would be the center and would be the main design, and so she wrote her name in bubble letters and then added fun swirly designs and patterns around the outside of that. In the one on the right, this student decided to write my sketchbook in bubble letters, and I love the way he made his bubble letters look kind of 3D. And also, I think it's really fun the way he used the O's in book to draw the eyes of a cartoon character that he wanted to include in his artwork. Then he signed it in the bottom right and added some other designs and lines around the sketchbook cover. So that's another idea that you might want to use in your design. So do want to make sure that you sign your sketchbook cover somewhere, just like we sign our artwork whenever we're doing art in art class. And you can make your name part of the design or just as a signature. So when you're finished, you can get your parents to help you if you're having trouble. You guys can upload your picture of your artwork into CTLS. So you can take a picture with your device and then just upload it right into the assignments section in CTLS. So that would be really nice if you do that, so I can see what you did, and I can share it with others too. I'll also ask you to show it off at our next art meeting. So the next time we get together, the next time we have art class, I'll ask everyone to hold up their folders, so you'll get to see yours and all of your classmates, what their creativity was in their designs. So I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with, and I can't wait to see your artwork when you upload it into CTLS. So this is what your Smyrna Blue sketchbook looks like. And inside you'll find that artboard, which looks something like this. You've got 2 pieces. We'll be using that in an art project later on. And you've got 20 pieces of sketch paper right in here, along with a stack of construction paper, 2 pieces of 5x7 drawing paper that we'll use as well, and some loose paper and cardstock. So that'll be your sketchbook. And this will also be where you draw a design today. That's what we're going to be doing for our assignment, is to have a nice sketchbook design all on the front of this. Now you can choose to draw your design right on the blue, or you can decide to use a piece of your loose paper and draw on that and then glue that right to the front of your sketchbook. In that case, you'll have a little blue border, like a frame around the edge of that white paper. So that'll look nice too. You can glue that onto your sketchbook if you'd like. So those are your choices about that. And I want to see just some of your fun and favorite things that make you smile when you think about them or when you look at them. So I want you to smile every time you look at your art sketchbook, because we're going to be using that during every art class. Also in your box, you might notice a random magazine, something like this. And you might wonder, why do I get a random magazine? Well, if you'll notice on the front, there's a little note to you and your parents that explain that this is for art class. You'll use this to cut out for various projects that we're going to do, and including some fun collage projects. Now, this one you might say, well, I don't want to cut out bottle of gummies. But you might like this purple, so you could use this purple section. You might like the stars and the moon, that you could cut that out. Down here, you see some fun yellow, and I like this yellow too. This is really fun and bright. So you can just pick out some colors on the back here. Here's some nice dark blue and some green as well. So just think about this in terms of fun colors and something that you can use to cut out later on. So you'll want to keep that handy as well as part of your art supplies.